I've got my modelling clay, and I'm just going around filling that final little tiny hairline crack that's in there. Just slowly going around and working it into that gap. That will give me an absolute tight joint around there, so none of the tooling coat is going to leak through when I actually put it on here when I'm moulding it. I'm just using a piece of laminate, nothing really flash. I'm just going to go around and do that now. I've been around and filled up all the gaps around the outsides, all the very minute gaps that are, and now I'm ready to start waxing. This is my old tin of mould release wax. It's a TR regular. It's been around for a while. It's got overspray and everything all over it, but the waxing side is still good. I'll just wax her up. I've got my first coat of wax on. And what I normally do is I set my phone on the countdown timer, and if we just start that, and in 25 minutes time that alarm's going to go off and let me know that it's time to take the wax off. And once I've taken the wax off, I set the timer again for another 25 minutes to let that the wax I've just polished off to harden properly before I put the next coat on. And I'll just keep doing it in 25 increments. Well, my mould's ready to go. It's got numerous coats of wax on there, which has taken me a couple of days to do. They're all the marks. Every time I wax it, I put a mark down there. I've got some 5mm balsa blocks in there. That's just so when I come to pop the mould, I can put a screwdriver in there and pop the mould open. Just 2 there and 1 just in line with the nose. Got my locating pins, they're all ready to go, and I've also put an aluminium strip against the trailing edge of the stabiliser there, or on the that's just going to form a little trough so I can run my material into that when I'm laying it up, and I should hopefully get a nice edge on that trailing edge there. And yes, I will start mixing some stuff up and start moulding. This is what I'm using for my tooling gel coat, and it's called Techni Res, and that's the hardener for it. I'm going to be putting that on first and wait until it gels off slightly, then put another coat on, and then I'm going to be mixing up my my filler to fill the mould up. And I'm using the resin I'm using is the Kinetic. I got super slow hardener with it, so that takes quite a while to go off. It'll still be rubbery tomorrow morning, which is good. The filler itself is this here. It's called DT082 filler. Its technical name is aluminium oxide trihydrate, and it looks like it's a very fine powder. Apparently it's crushed rock. Anyway, I've got a set of scales and a drill with a mixing thing on the end of it. So all I've got to do now is mix up some resin and put everything together. I've worked out that I need 6 litres of mixture, or 7 litres of mixture, to go into the mould to fill it up to where I want it to. And I've worked out that I need 2.1 litres of resin to 4.9 litres of this crushed rock. It's a 30-70 mix. So let's get to it. I've brushed the first coat of the tooling gel on. I've done it all over the mould, up the sides and everything. It just makes a really nice mould. I used 500 grams of that mix to do that. It goes off really quick. It's about 10 to 15 minutes pot life. So it's going to gel off quite soon, and then I'll put another load on just around the fuse itself. I only mixed up 200 grams this time. It's I know it's autumn over here in Australia at the moment, but at the moment it's 29 degrees in my shed, and it looks like we're coming in for a summer storm at the moment. It's starting to rain, unfortunately. This is the tooling coat before it's actually got hardened with it. I've already set this up because the other one goes off quite quick, so All I got to do is whack hardener in this, mix it up, and then I can put that on as well. While I'm waiting for my gel coat to go off, I've measured out my resin. I've already measured out my fillet, so that's all ready to go with the resin. No glass in this mould at all, so it's all this crushed rock. Second coat's on there, so we'll just wait until that gels off, and then we'll mix our mix up. I've got the fillet all ready to go. It's all sitting in the bucket, all measured out. We've got the resin sitting in the bucket, that's all been measured out, and I've got the hardener sitting here. So what I've got to do is mix all the resin together and mix it up with my mixer, and then add the filler, and hopefully we'll have enough to cover the inside of the mould. Well, I've mixed all my ingredients up and been mixing it just for a little while. It's kind of it's runny, but it's not runny, but it's got quite a thick consistency to it. I think it's mixed enough, so now I'm just going to pour it into the mould, and hopefully I've mixed enough up. Well, my mix is poured in. I poured it down this end and let it flow through the mould. It's come up really well. It's all levelled out. So all I got to do now is I'll just let that settle for a little while, and I'll come out in probably about another half an hour to an hour's time and hit it with a hot air gun just to burst all those bubbles on top, and I'll keep doing that regularly over the next few hours tonight, and hopefully we'll have one side of the fuse done. So easy. I started this at just after 4 o'clock. I think it was about 4:30, and it's 6:42 now. Still at 26 degrees. It's freaking killing me, the heat. Yeah, so it hasn't taken long. No glass, just this mix, and it should give me a very good, strong, precise mould. Well, it's the next day, and I'm glad to say that everything's gone off. It's looking really good. I came out a couple of times last night and just popped all the bubbles that had come through the mixture. It stays running for quite some time, so it does settle quite nicely. So it's all levelled out, and it's looking really good. But the only thing that I have done is that I've given my margins around the fuse too much, really. So it has taken quite a bit of material to fill this mould up. I'm going to do a joggle gasket. That's why I left a bit of a margin around the outside for the joggle gasket to sit onto. But in hindsight, I probably didn't need as much as I've left. So next time I will make the margins a lot smaller. I've just pulled the sides off, and yeah, I've just got to take this top parting plane off now, and then we'll start waxing again. Well, all the MDF has been taken off now. You still see my locating pins, a block of balsa. So when I come to open or part the next plane, I'll be able to put a screwdriver in there and then pop the mould. Everything's looking really good. I haven't had any leakage of tooling coat around the fuse. So that's really good. That's nice and easy to clean edge on there. I've got another piece of aluminium to go on the back of that one. So yeah, no, I'll start waxing it up and getting it ready to mould the other side. I've saved my MDF that come off the side, so they'll screw back on to form the trough again, and then mould it again.